A friend of mine hired a bookkeeper for a whole year. She never looked at her own books once. Hiring help was supposed to fix her problem. It didn't. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why and what to have in place before you hire anyone. My friend, who owns a successful business, hired a bookkeeper. She delegated all of her financial record keeping to the bookkeeper and trusted it was being handled. That's a reasonable thing to do. You hire an expert and you expect the expert to handle it. Months into the following year, she sent her books to her tax accountant, and that's when she got the bad news. Her credit cards had never been correctly linked, so an entire year of transactions was recorded wrong. Fixing it was going to cost her $4,000. And on top of that, her payroll had not been handled correctly either, so she started getting letters from the IRS. Here's what really gets me though. It wasn't only the mistakes. When she came to me for advice, it was clear that she wanted to stay divorced from her finances. She didn't want to manage them or learn how her own finances worked. The overwhelm for her was so real that she handed it all over to an unrelated party, closed the door, and never opened it again until her tax accountant forced the question. So this leads me to the myth that I want to bust today. Hiring a bookkeeper does not fix avoidance. Some people get lucky. They hire someone knowledgeable who genuinely cares, and things turn out fine on the accuracy side. But fully handing off your financial responsibility keeps you from knowing how to grow your business and make smart decisions. Today, I'm going to show you what a bookkeeper can actually do for you, what only you can do for yourself, and what you want to have in place before you hire anyone. A bookkeeper organizes and processes what you hand them. That's the job, and an experienced one does it well. They categorize transactions, reconcile accounts, and keep your books current. If you hand them clean information, they turn that into clean records. But here's what a bookkeeper can't do. They can't help you understand your own numbers if you don't take the time to learn how they work. They can't hand you back your peace of mind if you ever look at what they've done. And they can't catch a mistake in a system that nobody's watching, including their own mistakes. Bookkeepers are human. They can mislink a card or they can miscategorize a transaction. Sometimes they have to make a call that needs a second set of eyes. That's not a knock on the profession. It's reality. And it's exactly why oversight matters, even when you have a great bookkeeper. Many business owners hire a bookkeeper hoping that the whole problem disappears. The paperwork gets organized and marked off the to-do list. But the part where you actually know how your business is doing, well, that part is still yours. Nobody can hand that back to you, no matter how skilled they are. I've watched this pattern for years through conversations with accountants, bookkeepers, and business owners. The relief of handing it off is real, and so is the gap that it leaves behind. That gap is exactly what happened to my friend. She's not a bad business owner. She was just overwhelmed, and delegating felt like a relief. For a whole year, there was no oversight because she didn't know what to look for and never took the time to learn. Her bookkeeper made real errors. Credit cards linked incorrectly, payroll handled wrong. Those mistakes sat there undetected for 12 months because nobody was checking. By the time she found out, it wasn't a quick fix. It was $4,000 and a stack of IRS letters. But consider this. Even if her bookkeeper had been perfect, even if there had been zero mistakes, she still would not have known how her business was actually doing. She wouldn't have been able to make a smart call about a big purchase or know if she could afford to hire additional people or catch a slow month before it became a crisis. Delegating your bookkeeping fixes your paperwork at best. It won't fix not knowing your numbers. Here's something else to know. Some business owners do get lucky. They hire someone knowledgeable, someone who genuinely cares about getting it right. and nothing ever goes wrong on the accuracy side. But even in that best case version, the business owner still maintains the responsibility for learning to read their own numbers. Knowing what your numbers mean and what they're telling you makes it possible for you to have a confident conversation with a banker or an accountant. Those conversations are two-way instead of one-way conversations. Business owners who don't have a handle on their financial numbers are still guessing whether a decision is smart or risky. Getting lucky with a good bookkeeper doesn't teach you anything about your own business. It only means the mistakes that my friend made aren't the ones that catch up with you. So if your books are messy, where do you start? Unlike what you probably thought at the beginning of this video, it's not finding the perfect bookkeeper. The way you gain ownership of your financial information and save money in cleanup costs is to organize your records with non-complicated systems. This way, you stay in your own numbers enough to catch a problem and to make decisions with confidence, whether you eventually hire help or not. In a previous video, I described an organizational system using a kitchen as an analogy. My 3-zone kitchen system uses the ideas of cupboards, drawers, and a counter as ways to organize your financial paperwork. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll link the video here for you. In the video, I talk about how the counter is where you see what is happening in your business through reports that you check on a regular basis. If my friend had gotten and read through reports she had gotten from her bookkeeper, she would have likely caught the credit card issue in the first few weeks, not 4 months into the new year. A low or mismatched number on her summary would have been the first clue, long before it became a $4,000 problem or an IRS letter. That's the difference. Becoming familiar with how your money moves in and out of your business means that you can see when things go off track or when opportunities come knocking. And if you do hire a bookkeeper, you aren't handing over everything with blind trust. You remain in control with oversight while someone else deals with the details. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not telling you to never hire a bookkeeper. Hiring help is a smart move once it's built on the right foundation. For example, once your paperwork is organized into zones, you can summarize how money comes in and flows out of your business on a single sheet of paper. This document can then guide your conversation with a bookkeeper about how they'll receive this information on a weekly or monthly basis to record for you. Then they can tell you about the reports they can provide you so you can see what they did. Imagine the confidence you'll have at that first meeting if you walk in prepared. You gain the respect of the other person quickly, and they'll look forward to working with you because they'll know you'll appreciate what they're doing for you. This approach will put you ahead of most business owners hiring their first bookkeeper. And here's the part that people tend to skip. Be sure to keep your own access to your accounts and your software, even after you hire someone. That's not about distrust. It's about staying close enough to your own information that you'll notice if something looks off. And remember that all the bookkeeper is doing is recording transactions that have already taken place. You'll still want to have your cash forecasting tools like I teach about in my video, Only 3 Numbers That Matter. A bookkeeper saves you time on data entry. They are not a replacement for your understanding. That's a fair trade and a good one. So if you're considering hiring a bookkeeper, here's your starting point. Get your 3 zones in place first, using what we covered in this video and the one before it. Once your financial documents are organized, my 60-minute business snapshot will show you exactly where your business stands right now, so you can walk into that first meeting with a bookkeeper already knowing your numbers, not hoping that they'll tell you. The link is in the description. If this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. In the meantime, be sure to shield your profits, and I'll see you next week.